What if your daily commute to work was just from your bedroom to your kitchen table? What if you did not have to worry about any instability in the economy? What if your employer were to terminate you or not, or you were to go through some redundancy exercise? What if all of that was happening around you and you were not bothered in your 9 to 5 right now? Now, whether you're looking for financial freedom, some amount of flexibility, or a side hustle that can have you transition from your 9 to 5 to this full time, this content is the right one for you today. What is more critical and important about this content is that we are not going to be looking at side hustles in a broad term and broad brush. We are going to be looking at side hustles that specifically cater to your skill type so that you can know what your personality and skill sets are most suitable for. I am also going to be breaking it down step by step to show you what platforms you can use to find these jobs. I'm also going to be giving you the salaries or the income for these side hustles so you can know which one you must go into. And I'm also going to be warning you and giving you tips how to avoid being scammed, your identity being stolen, so that you can be set up for success. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the Next Level Life Hacks, where we take the next steps needed to go towards our financial freedom and our success. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I ask that you subscribe because up to 85% of you that are watching this video, you are not yet subscribed. So do me a favor by subscribing so that this content can have a farther reach and I can show up more in the algorithms and I can grow the channel where I want it to go to. Now, what is important about today's content, as I mentioned before, is that we're going to be looking at different skill types and different skill sets, and then I'm going to be making recommendations to you as to what jobs that you might be most suitable for. I'm also going to be going to a step further in showing you which job type earns the most income so that you can know which one that you need to go into. Now let's look at some skill sets. Now, if for example, you are good at organizing yourself and you are the one among your friends or in your family that persons go to be reminding them of what to do, when to do it, or they come to you seeking advice as to how to start a project, then maybe being a virtual assistant is what is suitable for you. If you have found that in growing up you naturally had a talent towards technology, or it is that you could successfully maneuver Microsoft Office, then also being a virtual assistant is something that can be suitable for you. Now, say for example as well, that you have a natural ability that you know how to build websites, you learn quickly, and you know how to maneuver social media sites. Then you might consider not using these skills just for you socializing on the internet or snooping into other people's business and keeping up with the Joneses. But maybe this is an opportunity for you to become a social media manager or for you to become a digital marketing expert. Now, what we need to tap into is that we need to look at what our skills are so that we will be more motivated for that side hustle, because it is known that whatever you have a passion for, whatever you're interested in, and whatever you like doing naturally, it will not feel like work. You will actually end up being much more productive and you will enjoy what you do more. Because a lot of us, we are only doing that 9 to 5 so that we can get that income, so that we can provide for ourselves and our families, but we don't really enjoy what it is that we're doing. So if we want to pick up a side hustle or something that we want to transition to on a more permanent basis, then we cannot get ourselves back into the same problem or the same rut of doing something that we do not really like. Therefore, let us choose wisely based on our current skills and talents so that we can monetize our talent. So as I promised you at the beginning, I am going to be giving you the type of jobs, how much they are paying at the time of creating this video, and what platforms you can go to actually start getting these jobs. So let me go into them. Now, the first one that we're going to be looking at is being a virtual assistant. And remember I said that if you have a natural skill to organize yourself and you have a working knowledge of Microsoft Office like Excel, Word, and those things that can be used, not to forget PowerPoint. that you can create presentations, then being a virtual assistant is the right thing for you. Now, a virtual assistant position pays anywhere from $15 to $40 an hour, and the platforms that you could use for that, and yes, I'm reading from my device here that I've done the research for you, you can use Upwork or Belay or Fiverr. Now, Upwork and Fiverr especially, I've had some experience with them, that you have many freelancers that advertise their services, and once you go on and create your profile and then you make sure that your job is well done so that you can get 5-star reviews, then more and more persons will seek your service. The next one is to be a freelance writer, and the skills needed here are that if you have a natural ability from going through middle school, high school, and you realize that you're good at language arts, then you will find that you are better able to write essays, you are good at comprehensions. Then it is that maybe you need to start writing novels. And writing novels is not as novel as it used to be, especially with the introduction of artificial intelligence, that you can just put in titles, the theme that you would like, and AI tools like ChatGPT can write stories for you. And then you can start doing blogs, develop your website, and then you can get yourself out there as an established blogger. Now, blogging pays anywhere from $25 to $100 per hour, and the sites that you, or the platforms that you would use to get yourself established, would be ProBlogger, Contina, and, believe it or not, LinkedIn. The next one is a customer service rep. And if you find that you have a naturally bubbly personality, you are very pleasant, amicable, and you like dealing with persons, whether over the phone or in person, then you can start doing this online and it become a side hustle. After you leave your 9 to 5, you'd be surprised what you can do between 6 and 9 or 10 p.m. Or you can pick up a night shift, because you do have certain companies that offer 24-hour customer service. Now, this position pays anywhere from $14 to $25 per hour, the better that you are and more experienced that you are. And the platforms that you would utilize for these are remote.co and Amazon.jobs. Remember as well that you can do these jobs from anywhere in the world. So if you are one that likes to travel and not be tied down to one geographic location, then these jobs are the perfect ones for you. Again, if you were good at language arts, you speak very well, and you write good essays, you could actually become an online English teacher. And this pays anywhere from $10 to $35 an hour. And the platforms to use for this are VIP Kid or Cambly. Now, especially if you are now a full-time teacher, there is nothing holding you back from also doing this online in your free time. And if it starts to pay similar or more than what you're getting now in your full-time teaching job, then why not transition to this online position? Social media manager. Remember I said that from before. If you are naturally good and you have an active presence on Instagram or Facebook, then you can utilize these skills into becoming a social media manager. You know what it requires for you to get more likes and more views already for your personal platforms. Therefore, you can then extend those skills to be utilized for a small business that wants to either create or increase their social media presence. Digital marketing is the way to go right now, and I would also recommend that if you have the basic skills, and there are several free online digital marketing courses that you can improve your skills so you can get the higher end of the pay scale. And the pay for a social media manager ranges anywhere from $20 to $60 an hour, and you can utilize platforms such as Freelancer again, or People Per Hour, that you can utilize to get these jobs. The next one is a data entry specialist. And if you're good at tools like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, then this could be a good avenue for you to get paid for those skills and doing things that you're naturally good at or like. This pays a little bit lower though, for anywhere from $12 to $22 per hour. But remember that this is not really a specialized area. It is just your ability to enter numbers quickly into spreadsheets, and it will be a good side also, because I know that many of us are already getting between $12 to $22 an hour. So what if you were able to do this on your own time as an extra gig, in your living room, in your pajamas, anywhere in the world? Then why not? And the platforms to utilize for this again are Clickworker and Microworkers. And the last area is going to be a graphic designer. And if you realize that you are artistic, you like to draw and to design things, then it could be that your life is leading you towards being either a website designer, graphic designer, and there are several ways that you can utilize these skills to make money. This actually pays very high because the pay scale per hour for this ranges anywhere from $25 to $100 per hour, and you can utilize platforms such as 99 Designs, Fiverr, and Behance. Now, especially Fiverr, there are several persons who are raking in a lot of money on this platform because you can develop your portfolio to show the artistic skills that you have, and people will be impressed by them and thus hire you for your services. Now, what are the red flags to look out for just to make sure that you do not fall victim to a scam or fraud? Watch out for those potential employers that are going to be asking for your banking information upfront. You have not been interviewed, you have not been screened or processed, or you have not been made a job offer, but your banking information is being asked for. That's a red flag that you should look out for, and you should be careful before disclosing that information. Another one is that if they're asking you too early for your social security number, I know that some organizations will ask for it. However, most organizations will be waiting until you are at least screened and you have been made a job offer, or it is that they need to do a background check for you. Then they will ask for your social security number, but be careful before you give that out because you could fall victim to identity theft. Another thing to look out for, if there's no company name and the information regarding the company is just too vague, then this is also a red flag, along with the fact that you have several job openings or opportunities that just seem too good to be true. They really might be too good to be true, and it is a red flag that this is not a real organization. They are making that job opening and offer extremely attractive that you will get excited and that you will ignore this red flag and start giving out your personal information like your banking information, your social security number, address, and other things that can allow your identity to be compromised. Now, what are the tools that you would need to set yourself up for success? Let's start with a good resume. You need to have a good resume, and one good place to get that template is Canva, that you can get that template and then substitute the information there with your own. Let's say for communication now, you're going to need things such as Zoom, or it is that you need Teams so that it will make it easier for you to be meeting with persons, because especially after COVID, then you'll find that there are much more virtual meetings and remote opportunities, so you will need to have Zoom and Teams installed on your equipment. And if it is that you want to delve into project management, then I would recommend that you familiarize and get yourself up to speed with things like Trello and Asana, because those are going to come in helpful for you. And for you to get paid, or just so that transactions will be easier, I would recommend that you get PayPal, or you would invest in getting Wise. And if it is that you are not sure how to get PayPal or Wise, especially if you are not residing in the United States, there's a friend of mine, a fellow YouTuber, that I'm going to be placing her video in the description box below, and she is very good at giving step-by-step guidance as to how to set these things up. So look in the description box for her information. And in conclusion, yes, we are always hearing get a side hustle, leave the 9 to 5. I'm going to be realistic with you. Leaving your 9 to 5 is not as easy as how it sounds, and it is much better and easier if you find a hustle that aligns with your personal skills and your interests. So I hope this content was useful for you so that you can get a better sense and direction as to, if you have certain skills, the direction that you should be going into, and the examples and real life situation that I gave to you in terms of the income potential, so you will know which one that you should choose that will give you a higher result in terms of income. Thank you as usual for the privilege of your time that you have spent with me today. If you know of anyone that this information might help, please feel free to share it with them and ask them to subscribe as well so that they can be directly updated as soon as I release new content. Thank you again, and see you in the next video.